everyone, this is Bears. Let's get my review of the Hot Toys MMS 354 Aliens Alien Warrior. If you see my unboxing of this figure, you know that I geeked out quite a lot. And I've taken a lot of great photos with this thing, and you're going to see those at the end of this video, so please stay for the photo gallery at the end, because I've got some really fucking amazing shots. So let's go ahead and go with the box real quick. You can see it's got the dome of the alien right there, or the xenomorph I'd rather say. But this is a slip cover. Comes like that. This is just like a plastic, an opaque plastic. It's got this painted on there. That's where the figure would be on the inside. It's that's why I hate these slip covers, because it always gets stuck on that bottom lip. Flip it over on the side. This is Aliens right there. Love that logo so much. Flip it around on the back. We do. See, we'll have the credits right there. So if you want to know who made this figure, go ahead and pause and read that. Getting hung on the front again. And on the top, it says Aliens. And on the bottom, it says Aliens. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to the actual figure. Okay, as you can see, this thing is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Just one of the best paint jobs, if not the best paint job I've seen on a Hot Toys figure ever. Yeah, God, like the way you turn it, sometimes you'll see the blue highlights, sometimes you'll see the brown highlights. Depends on what kind of lighting you put on it, which we'll do. Like, I got a bunch of flashlights over here. We'll do what it looks like in the dark, that kind of stuff. But let's go over the biggest point of contention for this figure, and that is the body. This is what's going to drive a lot of people away from this thing. This is what's already driven a lot of people away from this thing, and a lot of people are apprehensive about it. I still see comments to this day, people talking about, oh yeah, the rubber body, I hate the rubber body, why'd they put a rubber body on there? And, Bobby, and if you felt this figure from just like in your hands, in person, you would immediately know this is not rubber. I don't know what material this is, but this is not rubber. I know what rubber feels like. You know, I've had plenty of toys over my life, you know, like those little cheap rubber toys and stuff like that. You know, even like Hot Toys, like the rubber bodies on like Black Widow or something like that. That is rubber. This is not. I don't know what this is. Maybe like a softish vinyl or hard silicone. But it is not rubber. Let's go ahead and take the hand off. Let's see if we can peer inside there. I'm going to break the flashlight early. As you can kind of see, that's what you're looking at right there. Yeah, that's definitely not rubber. Yeah, see, it's flexible, but it's not rubber. And well, the actual articulation with this guy is just weak. Really, really weak. And I'm perfectly okay with that. Why? As I've always said, time and time again, I am a collector of these for the accuracy, not for the articulation. If I wanted to buy for the articulation, I would buy, you know, Marvel Legends, or an import figure, or something like that, or a NECA figure for these guys. Like, I could just break out one of those AVP Xenos over there, and just, you know, go to town pose in that thing. This, not so much. Matter of fact, I'm going to do a comparison here in a second, but this thing is absolutely beautiful, and you can get it looking nice, but you're not going to get too much movement out of this guy whatsoever. I got him in a pose that I'm happy with here, which is easy to replicate. So we'll go over the articulation right now. But, alright. Head to toe. The head has the nicest range of anything. You can, basically, most of your posing is going to be with this head, trying to get good expressions. Trying to get like an evil, you know, like cocked head tilt, or get the head down, something like that. Get him up looking like that at somebody. Most of your expressions are going to be here with this head. Now, this is a pain in the fucking ass to do. This is the last time I'm probably ever going to do this. But you push this in and then pull the tab down. Push it forward, then pull it down, and that's how you open the inner jaw. And that looks fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Be very careful with these rubber tendons on here. These are the only thing that is actually rubber. That's how you can instantly tell this is not rubber. There's actual fucking rubber on this figure right here. Just feel totally different feeling. Totally different feeling. Like this whole entire lower jaw right here. Maybe even up into here. Like this all is rubber. Everything else is some kind of other material, and I can't tell what it is. So let's just close that slowly. There we go. I'm never opening that again because I don't want those rubber tendons to snap. Like it even tells you in the instructions, do not leave that jaw open for an extended period of time. And I wouldn't even leave it more there for an hour, honestly, because that rubber's so thin. Speaking of the instructions, real quick, if you're somebody who just gets a figure right out of the box and just starts banging around with it, you're going to break this thing. You are going to break this thing. You really need to read the instructions on this. Just take my word for it. Read the instructions so you know what the fuck you're dealing with, because you're probably going to get these arms, you're trying to rush them out this far, and that's not going to happen. That's as far as the arms will go out. That right there. That is as far as they will go out. That's hugging the body. And they claim that's 30 degrees. I'm not quite sure. So, that is stationary. That is fully out. Stationary, fully out. Yeah. You do get to fully rotate them. Pretty much. Like you get some conflicts up here. But you could if you wanted to force it. I'm not going to because I don't want to have some paint rub. It does slide in there. So you can get better angles. But basically, that's the range of motion for those shoulders. The elbows, this is the resting position for the elbows. So they're already slightly bent. And that is about as much as you want to bend them. That right there. They could probably go further, but you're going to risk ripping something down here. Because this material is stretchy. It is flexible. But it it's so rigid that you would easily rip this before you even know about it. If you force it, you're gonna rip it. I'm telling you right now, that's just gonna happen. So, yeah, it also warns do not leave those arms extended, like crinkled up like that for an extended period of time, because you do get some wrinkling in here, and you definitely don't want that to be permanent or anything like that. But just look at the detail. Look at the fucking. This thing is so huge, it's so unwieldy. The hands, this is the only set of hands that you get. But they are nicely detailed. You do get some decent range of motion out of them, considering, they're just this little center ball peg. I wish they were bendable, honestly. They're not bendable, it's just a static pose. And I wish they'd gave us some alternate hands. Honestly, that's one thing this figure really could have came with. But, alright, keep going down the figure. I normally don't do an articulation breakdown like this, but I have to for this guy. Because hey, give me a hug! Alright, this joint, you get some decent range. It's got a good turn on it. It sounds kind of scary, but that's perfectly fine. And push it back. And there's a weird little port in there. I don't know what the fuck that is. So I never really want to push it past that. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Can't really get him to crawl. That's the best you can get him to crawl, because moving on to the next point of articulation. The hips. This is easily the most disappointing part of this figure, is the hips. Oh, that's a little weird. This body is so weird because of the overlay skin. I don't know what the fuck to do with it. Alright. Let's move these arms down so they don't get in the way. You want to see the range of motion on these thighs? That's the range of motion. That's as far as you're going to get. That right there. That's it. That's as much you're going to give them to split. That's resting. That's split. So, yeah, not much of anything at all in this area whatsoever. And that's the most disappointing piece for articulation, honestly. That's what lets the whole figure down. And I don't see a way that they could have fixed that unless they did the whole NECA route with a rubber diaper. Which actually, we'll do a comparison with the NECA figure here in a second. But, he's standing up on his own. Wow. Look at that. Pretty cool. I'm impressed because those ankle pegs are kind of loose. We'll get to the tail in a second. Okay, for the actual knees, they get a pretty good range. That's what I'm saying. If this wasn't so stiff, look at this, the joint's in there. It's just the rubber's so tight. You can't really. If that wasn't so stiff, you could actually get this guy in a crawling pose. I guarantee you could. See, nice on the ankles. They're just really loose. But yeah, really and truly, the only thing that lets this guy down is this. Can you get good enough in the elbows? I mean, wish he had more hands, of course. Great range right here. Great range on the head. The knees, decent enough, and the ankles are fine. But it's just the hips. The hips are easily the worst part about this figure. And I wish they could have found a way to remedy that, but you know what? That's perfectly fine. That's why I got the NECA figures, so I can do those awesome crawling poses. Now the tail, I don't know if it's supposed to be like this, but mine is really floppy. But it kind of, I like it. Even if it's a QC issue, I like it. QC issue, I like it because it's weighted like a real tail. You know, it feels like, you know, like a real tail is gonna flop, which is really fucking cool in my opinion. I don't think I've held an alien figure that actually did that. So yeah, I'm impressed by that. I just don't like the way this bunches up back here. But I think that's the way the actual suit was. It's more noticeable on 1/6 scale, I guess. Maybe you should say that. Yeah, it's just, you see the hump. The hump-a-dump. Yeah. There we go. Just bring this tail up here. Like, you can get it to do some magical stuff. You just gotta work with it. That looks like shit. Okay, here we go. That's decent enough. The only accessories that this guy comes with is the stand. Are you gonna stand perfectly fine for me? No, you're not. You're gonna fall over, aren't you? Alright, I'm gonna hold you back here. It comes with a normal crotch grabber, but this diorama base, holy shit. This is beautiful. And I know this came with the big chap as well, but the big chap didn't have a cradle. So, yeah, it's a step up for that. I don't have the big chap, I wish I did, but anyways. This stand is also coming with the Ripley figure that's coming out, so can't wait to get that. And the other accessories, I just dropped one of them too. Okay, let me pick it up. Oh crap, everything's going out. Alright, the other accessories that it comes with are these blood effects. And it seems like every other reviewer hates these. I fucking love them. I fucking love them. Oop, fell off again. That's the same one I dropped. Alright, well, let's just stick that right in there. Are you gonna fall? Are you gonna fall? Are you gonna fall? Oh, no, he's not. He's not gonna fall. He's literally freestanding right now. See, freestanding. Alrighty. Let's see. It's so hard finding the magnet here. There we go. So you can get him like kind of explosion. Just like the NECA figure that came out. I guarantee that's where they got the fucking idea from. This is like same kind of plastic, same kind of paintwork. Which I guess I can do a comparison of that too. But yeah, that is really, really nice. I like it a lot. I love these effects. Now, like, there's definitely stuff that he could have came with. But honestly, I'm just happy that we got a Xenomorph in general. That we're getting more alien stuff from Hot Toys. Because they neglected it for so long, and their previous attempts were just so bad by today's standards. So, try to get him so it doesn't fall over. Alright, just bring that down. Maybe if I bring the till down. There we go. Help for balance. Alright, we're going to do a quick cut, and I'm going to bring in some NECA figures, and then I'll show you like the articulation range and all that good stuff. Alright, first up is just the NECA with the battle damage one with the blown up head. I really love this figure. But let's go ahead and go over just like the explosions real quick. Take this off. As you can see, very similar. They definitely got this idea from NECA, which is, yeah, that's okay. NECA's definitely taking some ideas from Hot Toys, so that's alright. This guy feels so small compared to that now. Like, this figure used to seem so big. Like, he feels so small to me. This is so weird. So weird. Alright, yeah. I don't want to give this guy this pose because I really like this pose. But, let me show you this guy doing this crawling pose. Let me just get my foot down too. Look at that. That is a fucking fantastic pose. And this figure's like 3 years old, I want to say. That's great. Really, really great. Really, really great. I fucking love this pose, dude. I love doing crawling poses like this with the NECA Xenos. And it's a shame you can't do that with this guy. But I'm glad that, you know, there is a figure out there that's like this. And yeah, these NECA ones are great. I really love these. For me, like, NECA is my primary company that I get alien stuff from. I'm just glad that Hot Toys is doing it just for the insane detail. But, like, just looking at this doesn't look so bad when it comes to the detail at all. And, I like the way they do the inner jaw better, honestly. Let's, I'll show you the articulation of this guy just so you know how they could have broken up the sculpt. But, yeah, see, you open it up by yourself, and it just comes out by gravity. Sometimes it gets stuck. Well, you know, you get the idea. You open it up, it comes out. I like that you can control it on your own. There's not a big fucking button back here. Honestly, that gimmick back there on the Hot Toys one, that seems like a gimmick that would be in a $20 toy. You know, not a $250 figure, but whatever. Yeah, this thing looks great. Oh, I hope you can see it. You see, this thing looks fucking great. It really does. I love this figure to death. I have a bunch of these figures because I wanted to army build these. I'm not going to army build the Hot Toys one. There's no need. You can't really get them in too many varying poses. Now you see, the way NECA allowed you to get the crouching poses is this rubber diaper, which just moves out of the way. But if you leave them in there long enough, the rubber is going to deform and cause little divots like that. So this one's probably permanently like that now. Fine by me. I normally have this kind of crouching pose anyways, but just to show you where they could have broken up the sculpt is like that right there. They could have done the diaper thing like NECA, and you would have gotten a way better range of motion. It would have been fine, but yeah, it would have broken up the sculpt. And Hot Toys doesn't like to break up sculpts, so it doesn't look too bad right there. It doesn't look too bad at all. Also, increase the arm range. They could have added a double joint just like that, as you can see, just like that. Yeah, I don't know how well that would have looked at 1/6 scale, but I like the way that it looks on here, honestly, on the actual 1/6 scale one, because it's seamless, and that's beautiful, and you still get a decent range. Like, you get that much out of it, right there, and just having the extra joints would allow you to go that far. So, that versus that, really, is what you get from that. And, you know, the knees, yeah, you get far better range, like twice the range out of the knees. So yeah, that's what you could have got. And I really, this figure looks so fantastic. It's fantastic. Anytime I hear that word, I just can't think of Arnold Schwarzenegger, so it's fantastic. But it's a horrible Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. There's little Xeno with big Xeno. I think they both look great for their scales. But this is $20, this is $250. And, you know, if you're an articulation junkie, you better buy this version. Honestly, I really like how big and imposing this guy is. Of course, you know, in NECA scale, this guy's big and imposing to the regular figures as well. But, yeah, I still really, really like this NECA figure. And honestly, I kind of prefer it to the Hot Toys one, honestly. I think Hot Toys has a better head sculpt. But when it comes to articulation and just the way this thing looks on the shelf, I kind of prefer the NECA one just because of the posability. But for a Hot Toys figure, you know, alien warrior, this this takes the cake. This is awesome. And just one more quick little NECA comparison here. Like, I know it's dumb comparing 7-inch figures to a 1/6 scale figure, but whatever. Just show you how expressive you can get some of their newer Xenos. Like, this is from the AVP. Like, I love that. It's so cool. And like, you can get this guy in an even better crouching pose. Like, let's see if I can do it live. And I can move this guy forever. There you go. Oh. that was just me like fiddling around with it for 2 seconds. So, yeah, these are way more posable. There we go. So yeah, I really like these NECA figures. They are nicely done, especially for the price point. And like I said, if you're an Alien fan and you love Articulation, buy the NECA figures. Just buy the NECA figures. They're fantastic. I mean, look at that dome too. I mean, I did a whole review about this where I just raved about this, but just saying, like, Articulation, if you want Articulation out of your Xenos, buy a NECA figure. Just saying. Alright, now I'm going to try and attempt to show you the different paint schemes on this guy. Clipper King does a way better version of this than me, but I'm just going to do my Jank Alabama version just to try and show you guys how different this paint scheme is. Because that is honestly the biggest selling point about this. Just how well done the fucking paint is. So, I got a couple flashlights here. I'm going to turn the lights off too, but there we go. Oh, that is, okay, you can see definitely the browns when I put that on there. Up top. Like, they're very more faint there. Let me tip the head so you can actually see that better. See, the browns come out way more when I put this light on there. Way more. See the white speckles too. You can also tell that's a different kind of material because it's lighter when I put the light on it. It actually looks like a rubber. So yeah, that's really, really nice. And let's put a blue light on there. Now you can see the actual purples coming out. It's so weird because there's blacks, there's blues, there's browns, and there's purples all inside this paint. And then, like I said, there's white speckles too if you get really, really close. Like that, to me, like the blue and the purple is what I see as the alien's alien. I know some people prefer the brown look because of the actual suit was brown, but the way they appear on screen is what I prefer. And I like that they incorporated all of that into this paint job. Because, you know, some people see the Xeno as black, and that's definitely here. Some people see it as blue, some people see it as brown. And that's so cool that they're all incorporated there. And it's just like how the pulse rifles, like some people think they should be brown, some people think they should be olive. It all depends on whether you go by the prop or the way they appear on screen. And I like that they incorporated all of that into here, and that's so freaking cool. So now, what I'm going to do is we're going to cut this light on, and I'm going to show you what this thing looks like in the dark. I got a better picture of this at night. It'll be at the photos at the end, but let's see how this thing's looking. I might have to adjust it, but yeah, let's go ahead and bring this up a little bit. Yeah, look how fucking good, how scary this thing looks. Just circle this light around. This thing looks so great in the dark. So you can see a lot more of the black coming out too when it's dark. God, it's so cool. Look at that. Fucking look at that. That's so cool. Looks so realistic. This is why I buy Hot Toys for. Just for the fucking detail. And in person, I can actually see way more of the brown here in the dark too. Oh yeah, okay, you can see it up here on the dome. Let me see if I can tilt that down a little more. Yeah, you can see way more of the brown up here on the dome. I actually do have one of the brown Xenos from NECA, so I'll bring that over. Go ahead and turn the light real quick. I gotta use my flashlight so I can fucking see. Alright. And this is the brown that I'm talking about. Just this brown right here. See, it's just one of the battle damage. This is the only brown one that I have because I really prefer the blue Xenos. But, yeah, see, that's... Put a light on this, see what you think. Yeah, you can definitely see the brown right there. And that kind of brown shading is just all over the dome, and it only really shows when you put, like, a certain light on it. And that is so cool. Hopefully you understand that. Like I said, Clipper King does a way better job of showing it off than I do, I think. But, put that flashback over there. I just love the paint job on this thing. It is so beautiful. So masterfully done. So beautiful. It is one of the best paint jobs I've ever seen. And I'm not just, you know, gloating because I'm a huge Alien fan and I really love this figure. You know, I'm not being impartial. I really fucking... I mean, where am I? What the fuck I'm trying to say? It's really late. That's why I shouldn't do figure reviews at late at night. But anyways, what the fuck I'm trying to say? I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm not leaning one way or the other. I'm actually trying to be straight in the middle. I'm not letting my fanboyism come in and say, oh, this is the best figure ever because it's aliens. This is one of the best paint jobs I've ever seen in my entire life on a figure. And it's just so cool how it incorporates all those different colors. And I absolutely think this is one of the best paint jobs on a Xeno I've ever seen. Just how it incorporates, you know, the blues, the browns, the blacks, the purples. So fucking cool. So, the verdicts. Should you buy this? Honestly, if you're one of those people that doesn't want to articulate their figures, that really wants to articulate their figures, thinks that Hot Toys should be as articulated as figure arts, stay away. Just stay away. That's not what Hot Toys is anymore. And they're all about accuracy over articulation, and that's what this is. It's a beautiful piece, and I think you can get good enough poses and good enough pictures out of this thing to satisfy yourself. Like I said, you'll see that in the art gallery at the end. But honestly, this is my second favorite figure in my collection right now, because, you know, behind Chewbacca. And you guys know how much I love that Chewbacca figure, how fucking good that Chewbacca figure is. Just the paint job really drives this up for me. You know, the fact that it's aliens as well. That, you know, that's where my bias comes in, that it's, you know, it's my second favorite figure. I do think this is going to be overlooked. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong that this sells really well and that we actually get more aliens stuff. And we got the Alien Ripley coming, but I want the Aliens Ripley. I want the fucking Power Loader. I want a Hicks. I want a Hudson. I want a fucking Newt. That won't be a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, fucking NECA. Ooh, that came out wrong. Alright, yeah. I absolutely adore this figure. And if you're a huge Alien fan like me, then I think you need this in your collection if you are a collector of things. $250 price tag is really high for the stuff that, you know, comes with 2 blood effects and a base. Really, that's it. But the paintwork pretty much makes up for it, in my opinion. Could it have came with more stuff? Yeah, absolutely could have. Honestly, I mean, they could have come with, you know, an alien egg, a face hugger, you know, a chest burster, you know, a really cool, you know, extra diorama base, cardboard background piece. All those cool things, like an extra head, like with the NECA one, like this. It could have come with a head like this. Honestly, it could have, because it came with the blood effects. It could have had an extra head that was exploding and really fucking cool like this. That's what it could have done. But it didn't, and this is what we got. And I'm just happy that we have fucking Hot Toys Aliens figures again. So, like I said, my verdict is, if you're one of the people who are stiffler for articulation, like I showed you the entire range here. Normally I don't do that. I did it just so you know how articulated this fucking thing is. If that worries you, skip it. Because you're going to end up being disappointed by it. You're going to like, oh, this thing's cool, looks cool, but I can't pose it. And you're just going to, flip it in a couple months, a year, maybe in a week, who knows. Just don't waste your money if you're one of those people who really, really is an articulation junkie. But, I mean, I love a really good articulated figure, but that's why I don't buy Hot Toys for that. That's why I buy Marvel Legends or Mafex or some shit like that. This is just for the accuracy for me, for the beautiful display piece, right? And I think this has a good mixture of seamless body, decent enough articulation where there is articulation, and a fantastic paint job that I can recommend it to any Alien fan and any Hot Toys collector. Like, it's really going to be up to you. So if you're disappointed with the articulation in this video, if you're disappointed with the accessories that it comes with, and you don't think that it's worth the $250, don't buy it. That is that simple. But if you're really interested in this, and you want a Xenomorph, and you really want the Aliens line to succeed, what are you doing? Pick this up. You should have done it before I actually made this video. So yeah, this is a really tough one to recommend. Like, it's going to be specific. This isn't for everyone. But I think it's a fantastic figure. Like I said, you definitely can't army build these guys because you can't get too many poses. So, it's not like the First Order Troopers where I want 10 of them. This is really cool. This suits my Aliens Warrior needs. So, yeah, I really hope we get a Big Chat 2.0 though. Because there's rumors that we're getting that for a long while. But if we do get that, that'll be fantastic. That'll go right up next to my Alien Ripley. So, yeah. Oh, God, so happy that we're finally getting these figures again. Oh, so cool. Like I said, my verdict. I don't do scores. So, like I said, just listen to what I said in this video and you'll know if it's for you or not. So that's going to be it. Yeah, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think about this figure. Let me know if you're going to pick it up. Let me know if I swayed you either way with the way I went in depth. Let me know if you like the articulation details that I went into. Because like I said, I don't normally go that in depth with articulation, even if I go into it at all. But yeah, this thing's really, really cool. And I absolutely love it. You've been staring at this shot for a long time. So I'm going to go ahead and end this now and let you guys see those awesome, awesome pictures. They're fucking great, guys. I'm impressed that I took them, honestly. Because some of them look photorealistic and they're so fucking cool. And I hope you enjoy.